What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to another video. Thank you guys so much for all the support y'all been giving on these videos. Y'all been going crazy. Yes, I am recording another video. I know y'all be like, "Oh, Fred, where you at, Silent Watch? Like, we wanted another video. We've been waiting. Where you at?" I got you. So this one's actually going to be a story time for you guys. This is going to be a funny one. This is the time that me and my friend got played part 2, because there's a whole bunch of different ones that I've got played. Me and my different friends have got played before, and I said this is a part 2 that we're gonna have. So let's get right into this one. This one we're gonna call the girl Angel, and then my friend at the time, he was like my best friend. We can call him Jay. So me and Jay been friends probably since elementary school. We've met each other in elementary school around the 3rd grade, and during 3rd grade I met him, and he was more of an aggressive guy, but like very nice guy still too when he was talking to me, But me and him would hang out, just talk all the time, literally go out. Like on the weekends we would head to his house, and then we would head to the deli. And we usually like go to the deli, get food, go back to his house. He had an Xbox, so we'd play his Xbox and stuff like that. And it was really fun. Now, when we get into middle school, he started dating this girl. We gonna call her Angel. Angel used to talk to Jay, my boy Jay, for a minute. Like probably it was 6th grade to 7th grade. They were talking, so they would be off and on and shit like that, right? And then Angel, when she broke up with him because she found out he was a player and he was playing her, right? Angel then decided that she wanted to start talking to me, and I was like, okay. And I would talk to my bro Jay, because I'm like, Jay, what's happening here? He's like, yo, bro. He's like, yo, have her. Like, he's like, go for it. Like, I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, go for it. He's like, we just play back to back on that shit. And I'm like, okay, got you. Because she was doing the same thing basically. What she would do is she would jump between me and him whenever she feels like it. So like, say I'm not doing something, then she gonna go to him, and I'm like, it don't really matter to me. So I didn't really put my heart into it, because when I tried to put my heart into it, it was like, yeah, you just go to him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just talked to my bro Jay, then you broke up with him because he was a player. Now you talking to me. Like, we were doing good, but then it's like, okay. Then when you broke up with me just because you weren't feeling me, you go back to him. So it was like it was a back and forth joint. So, but she literally would play us, like, say Valentine's Day came. She would literally get presents from both of us. Like, I would give a present, and then she would try to get a present from Jay, even though Jay don't do that shit. So he wouldn't get her a present. But sometimes he would get her like a tiny chocolate or something like that. But me and Jay, we always been friends. We still friends to this day. If I meet, I haven't seen him in so long. But if we meet each other, we always on cool terms and shit like that. But she would literally try to get like food and stuff from us. So say like I had like candy and stuff like that, she'd get that from me. And then say like, oh, she was hungry for lunch, she would try to be like, oh, will someone go get me some food from the cafeteria and stuff like that. And Jay was already, we already in the lunchroom, but she'd be like, okay. And then Jay go in there and grab some chips or some shit like that, and we would all hang out. We would hang out sometimes. Like, it wasn't really, usually when she was there, we would hang out for like a few minutes with each other, and then like she would go away, and then me and Jay would just be talking to each other, because me and Jay best bros. Like, we always gonna be bros, right? So we'd literally hang out, and literally at parties too. Say it was a party or something, because school had those little dances that they would do every couple of months and stuff like that. And usually it's like, depending on the party, she's going to whichever guy who's there. Because sometimes I wouldn't go to those parties because I got schoolwork to do and I'm failing a class, so I need to hurry up. So it was like I wasn't able to do it, but then she'd go with him, you know what I mean? And then it was like, sometimes it was, because I definitely feel like she played both of us, because sometimes what she would do is like, it's the joint, she would jump between us, and anytime she was hanging out with one of us and we got upset, and then she'd go to somebody else, she'd go to the other guy, and it was like a back and forth jumping joint. But at the same time, me and Jay knew that, okay, she's just trying to play us and stuff like that. So it's like, well, back then it was one of those, like, you didn't know she was trying to play you, but you start realizing that, like, hey, why is she always jumping between both of us, and she can't just choose one guy. And it was like, yeah, so you realize that. And then like even sometimes, like, say she would hang out with Jay at lunch all day, and then during Avid she would come hang out and be all up on me, and talking to me and be like, oh, how's your day going, and trying to touch me and all that. And you'd be like, didn't you just mess with another guy in the cafeteria? But that's why I wasn't trying to hold on no feelings, because it was like, up, she would try to trick people. So it was like you never knew with that joint. And you're like, you got to be careful with her, because one of the things was that she was a freak. She was definitely a freak. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. She was one, but I think she learned that more from Jay, because Jay was one of those people. He had multiple girls. Jay had multiple girls. When I mean that, like, even back in middle school, my boy had like 5 girls. He was jumping around. He didn't care. He was just going everywhere. Me, on the other hand, I was chilling. I didn't really care about the girls. I was here to just have fun. So I was like, yo, literally, I go to school, just be social with everybody. That was my thing. Just be social, talk to people, just get information about stuff. So it was like, I was really chill. But she learned most of that joint from Jay. So then she would try to use some of that joint on me. And it was like, yo, where'd you learn all these skills from? Like, I ain't know none of these skills. So it's like, yeah, you learned that from somebody else. But I knew that, like, certain things didn't fly. Like I said, if I ever saw you kiss Jay, you ain't kissing me, man. That's weird. That's weird. And maybe that's just me. Some people will be like, oh, that's you wouldn't. Nope. That's not me, man. So usually it was just being careful with stuff like that. And then even like days that it was like, okay, most of the time it was all depending on which class we were both in. Like sometimes I've had more classes with her than Jay did. Jay had maybe, you would say, 2 classes with her. I had almost most of my classes with her. I think about like 4 probably. So I think I had like at least 4 out of the whole thing. So it was like she always hung out with me. So it was like, oh, she always want to be near me. But then at the same time, she was always on Jay too. So I was like, oh, I'm not gonna fall for no tricks when people try to trick you and they be like, oh yeah, I'm not messing with nobody. I don't know about that one. But back then I knew that, it was middle school. Everybody was just having fun. She was, as I said, hopefully now, she learned from her lesson. She not jumping around on every single different guy. Now, back then, I do want y'all to know, I was an angel. I didn't know any of that stuff. I still had my V card. My V card was still solid. My V card didn't lose until, like, 12th grade. I know people going to be like, that's late. I know. But literally, it was a funny experience. I think that looking back on it, it's just hilarious now. Like, I'm not mad. It's hilarious to see how much I've been through, and even my friends, me and my friends been through out of this whole thing. So I hope you guys did enjoy this story time for you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. I said I'm going to keep posting. We're going to keep going hard in this joint. I got y'all with more content. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'm out.